Hello, John Talley here with Partzilla.com. Today we're going to talk about air filters for our 2016 Yamaha YXZ1000R. Today we're just going to focus on the primary one. Now we are going to go ahead and replace this one with a GYTR unit, although I am going to show you how to clean and then reinstall the one that's already in there as well. Now you may not be aware there is also a secondary air filter that's further down into the intake. Now the secondary one, they want you to replace it every 1,200 to 3,000 miles. The primary one, I would get it cleaned every single time you finish riding your unit or before you take it out for its next run. So let me go get a pair of gloves and I'll walk you through the process. So Yamaha makes it really simple to get to. It's basically just removing these quick nuts, of which we're missing one, and then it'll just lift out. And that reveals our airbox. Now granted, I've got this unit lifted up and the tires are off of it because we're doing a bunch of different projects to it. And you don't need to do that to do this simple procedure, but we're doing so many things to this particular unit. We went ahead and lifted it up, dropped that lower pan. That exposes everything with the long list of projects we're going to be doing on this one. So to access the primary, just grab the end of this section and rotate it counterclockwise. And when I say it was this piece right here. That's closed, this is unlocked, and then it pulls back. That reveals our filter. Looking at this filter, you can tell that it was not set up properly. This should have had an oil on it. It does not. And you can see that it was actually pulling in dirt and dust straight into the intake. That should not have this nice red Georgia clay dust inside of it. So this filter was not doing its job. But I'm going to go and show you how to clean this one up if you were going to reuse it. We are not. We're actually going to oil up and install this new unit from GYTR. But I want to go and walk you through the process of how to get this one cleaned up, which would also apply to this one once it becomes dirty, which is inevitable. What we're going to use is a couple of products from PJ1. We're going to use the cleaner to get her cleaned up. We're going to wash it out in the sink. At that point, you'll let it air dry for at least 24 hours, and then you would spray it down with oil treatment. So let's go ahead and get it off the frame. That's kind of sad, sorry. What you would do, spray it down, and then we're going to knead it in to the foam itself. Making a mess on the back of it, but yeah, it'll be okay. Now you don't want to twist it, you just want to push it in with your fingers. Now we want to let this sit for about 15 minutes, then we'll take it over to the sink, then wash it out. Look at all that coming out of there. So chances are, when we actually do the video to get to the secondary filter, it's going to look rough, I'll bet you. But we'll find that out in another video. Once again, when you're doing this, resist the temptation to twist it, just squeeze. All right, that should do. Squeeze out as much as you can. The more water you can squeeze out, the faster it's going to dry. But in our case, that isn't going to matter because we're not reusing this one. But at this point, you would take it over and do the same process that I'm about to show you on the GYTR unit that we are going to install. We're just going to get this oiled up, get it back on the frame, and then get it reinstalled. Now you do want to make sure that you're using the correct oil treatment, which is made for foam filters for this one. All we're wanting to accomplish here is just get an even coat on all surfaces, and then we're just going to knead it in. At that point, we can go ahead and put it on the frame. We've done the outside, so now let's get the inside. You don't have to overly coat it, just want a nice even layer. Now we're just going to take it and knead it in. Well, let's get our frame on. And here's a little trick I like to do. I like to put a layer of grease around the end. While you're at it, put a thin layer on this O-ring on the end. Make sure that the O-ring is on there and not damaged. Now it's ready to go back in. The stock filter for the unit is actually pretty good, but the GYTR, it steps it up a notch. Lets it breathe a little better, and especially once we change out the exhaust on this unit, it'll match and complement that flow even better. Take our end cap, make sure it's in the open position. Slide it up into place. And now we're going to turn it until it stops. Next, we just need to get our rear cover in place. Make sure these tabs go back in where they're supposed to. There. Well, all right, guys, this one's pretty much ready to go hit the trail. Well, if I put the wheels and tires back on it, maybe. Well, listen, you want to do this procedure, well, every time you take it out for a ride, basically. It's really simple to do, and if you do this on a regular basis, it will cut down the frequency that you're going to have to go in and replace that secondary filter, which we will be doing in a separate video. So if you would, check the playlist for this particular unit, and you should find it there. Well, listen, if you need any parts for your machine, why don't you come see us at Partzilla.com, and we can get you taken care of. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the section below, and I'll do my best to answer them. And if you like what you see, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That way you can keep up with whatever I'm working on next. We just want to say thanks for shopping here with us at Partzilla, and we will see you in the next video. Y'all have a great day.